Here sa bhliain éide gachta cethir a tháinig an grúpa Interference ar an bhód, agus is siad Fergus ó Farrell agus Malcolm McClancy a chum amhrán an grúpa son. Bhí de stróife bhatánach ar Fergus ó Íseog agus a mí fiara na bliana seo cailech é. Maran a chud arán, agus a mí fiara é seo for cairní nua dagaid agus beidh curmacha ceol a ggurcaig agus a mila clia ina méid caramór an grúpa Glen ar an stáitse leo. Bhualas lá le gairid le ceiliúra a dhéanamh ar a gara ceanródaíoch ceolmhar.
I wonder if I'd last. The body's slow decay, but you cannot stop the time nor the rain.
James, can you tell me about Interference and how you all met and got together?
Well, I suppose the band started in school. Myself and Fergus went to boarding school in Clongowes in Kildare, and I suppose neither of us played rugby. Fergus because of his disability, and I'm completely blind as a bat, so I was let off rugby duties. And Clongowes, apart from being a rugby school, had a great music department. That's really how it started. A bit like if you've seen Sing Street, it was pretty much similar to that. Fergus, I suppose, at a very early stage, had decided that's what he wanted to do, that his life was going to be music.
To hear the words that fall just like the rain.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
Yeah, it was in the Winstanley shoe factory, which is now Mother Redcaps. Actually, Mother Redcaps is no more. But I remember myself and Mick Christopher got to hear this band, and they were from Cork, which was very exotic for us. And they drank wine, and they were just different people, you know. But the music was so compelling and so intoxicating. And one of the great bonds we had with Fergus, he gave us the opening slot at On Bell Booked, which is another bar that's gone. And for many Mondays we were actually playing your songs. It was we were so in love with them that we'd go and open for covering the band that were coming on next. But we learned so much in that period, so much about writing and so much about performing and singing. Ferg's voice is just so powerful, and there was just nothing in it but just pure, like everything about it was just sitting back and learning, watching, seeing how he drew breath, how he pushed it out. He was an incredible singer. And so for me and Mick, it was a complete education, and we were very lucky to, you know, how often do you get to be around your heroes and actually know them and have interaction with them? It's not so often. We learned a lot from them.
Ooh, luck is hard to take, 'cause it takes you by surprise. And when it brings love in its arms, it's harder to be wise.
Do you think not being able to tour as frantically as bands these days have to tour, you know, to get the name out there and all that kind of stuff, do you think that weighed heavily on his mind?
Yeah, I know for a fact that Fergus was, you know, told that his disability was just, you know, ruled him out as a potential for getting a record deal at that time. And I think that the irony is, I mean, nowadays it's a very different scenario. You know, it's much more open.
We're all really trying to write that song. We're all trying to write a great song. And if we're lucky, we're trying to write 10 great songs. You know, if we really get down to the truth of it. But Ferg instantly was one of those singers, one of those writers that was real wisdom, composure, along with an incredible voice, incredible lyrics. And I just feel very blessed that I knew him, you know, and it feels, I have to admit, it does feel strange singing his songs at concerts, but in a way, what qualifies me is the love I had for his music.
and I love her so. I wouldn't trade her for gold. Walking on moonbeams, and I was born with a silver spoon, and I'm gonna be me.
You know, he was my best friend, you know, so I do miss the phone call, the crazy text at 4 in the morning, just that thing that you have with good friends. At the same time, I think the work we've been doing over the last few months, the music and performing, and that's been a really wonderful thing to do. So I suppose what I'm trying to get at is that he's still here, in terms of how I feel about him.
The poetic response, I guess, to a friend passing is to sing their song and say their name and keep them alive in that way.
And if your skin was sore, well, how long do you think before they start digging? And if your life was gold, well, how long do you think you stay living? I love her so. I wouldn't trade her for gold.
Well, tá takeach ag deireadh na stratha agus gur míle maithagah as bheith na gcuideachta gach seachtain. Weimse ó Alva agus ón Bhirden go léir, nola cunna agus Aibhlín faoi bhaise.
Clár derig, follow the money dírach in iag sa, not tegi in éanais.
It's on GPO in English.